This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
It's a historic moment in St. Louis. Right now, nurses at St. Louis University Hospital are picketing. This is the first time it's ever happened at the hospital. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Nurses have been on strike since 7 this morning. Their plan is to picket for 24 hours. Our Justina Cornell joins us live from the hospital with the latest on all this. Justina.
Yeah, nurses say they are motivated, especially after having a rally this morning. I'm told they're demanding changes to improve safety and care. Chanting for change.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back!
St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Megan Green hypes up the crowd as nurses unite in a strike at St. Louis University Hospital. The picket is for better pay.
The nurses decided to do this. 94% of the nurses voted for this.
And improved safety measures and staffing shortages.
If that means having nurses have a competitive wage to bring them in here, if that means, putting stuff in the contract for retention.
The National Nurses Organizing Committee represents union nurses at SLU Hospital. SLU nurse Sarah DeWile is on the negotiating team. She said a new contract should add new safety measures.
I want my patients to be well taken care of, and I want to be safe here.
Nurse Hadass Becker worries about her patients and herself.
I myself was assaulted in this hospital. They've got to do more to increase patient safety and staff safety.
They believe problems are tied to a revolving door.
The last 2 years they've hired 1,600 nurses, yet we have a 30% vacancy rate. They've hired enough nurses to staff this hospital twice over. The nurses just don't stay because of the ongoing working conditions.
SSM Health released a statement saying, in part, since August 29th, the National Nurses Organizing Committee has declined to respond or counter our proposals on key wage issues. Negotiations can only make progress when both sides are motivated and engaged.
Our hope with one day is for them to realize how united we are as a union, as the core staff of SLU, that we are experts and that we want to get back in there and take care of our patients safely.
Leading up to the picket, nurses did give a 10-day strike notice to the hospitals to make sure that they are prepared. Now, this is a 24-hour picket, so they will be out here until tomorrow morning, till 6:59 a.m. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
U.S. Senator Josh Hawley dropped by the UAW picket line in Wentzville this afternoon. He's just the latest politician to show his support for the striking workers following Cori Bush and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's visit on Sunday. As politicians from both sides of the aisle continue to speak out in support of UAW workers, there are some economists concerned about the lasting impact of a drawn-out strike. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki joins us now with more on that in studio.
Well, Mike, nearly 19,000 UAW workers are now on strike across the country. And through the first 10 days, this strike has cost the American economy roughly $5 billion. But there are growing concerns that could impact your bottom line. As the strike enters its 11th day, Mitch Milstein, a professor of supply chain analytics at UMSL, says the UAW's targeted strike approach is a stroke of genius that the big three automakers didn't see coming. However, by targeting plants that non-union suppliers rely on, the supply of parts needed for repairs on your car could start to dwindle in just weeks, meaning the prices will skyrocket. While Milstein is confident the union will strike a deal with automakers, he says it could be disastrous if the strike lasts longer than 30 days.
So when we get to 30 days, then companies are going to have to make hard decisions about furloughing employees, and those employees are going to have to make hard decisions about where do they go in order to earn their pay, because they're not going to go without pay when there's jobs aplenty.
I reached out to Magna, an auto supplier which employs thousands of workers in Illinois and Missouri. A spokesperson told me they are working on contingencies to address any disruptions, but added that they are prepared to scale back production as efficiently as possible. You can read their full statement on KSTK.com or the 5 on Your Side app. Ann?
A former school nurse pleaded guilty to statutory sodomy involving a Vianney High School student. As part of the plea deal that a judge accepted today, she will not serve any time in prison. Our Christine Byers was the only reporter in the courtroom as prosecutors explained why.
Erin Forstell is 42 years old. She started working as a nurse at Vianney High School following the pandemic. The victim was younger than 17 when the sexual contact happened at the school. Forstell's plea deal means she will serve 5 years of probation, register as a sex offender, and have no conviction on her record if she successfully completes her probation. I asked St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell how he thinks this is justice.
Do you think this case was handled differently because it's a woman involved and not a man?
No, not at all. With any case, we look at what is a just outcome, and obviously the victim and the victim's family's wishes play a big part in that.
Forrestal showed up to court today by herself. She wiped away tears a few times, and she could barely be heard when she gave the judge her one-word answers. The victim's family gave an emotional statement in court, saying Forrestal preyed upon their son for months through social media, and even told him how to lie to his parents so they wouldn't find out where he was. Bell says the family did not want to go to trial.
And there's times in cases where the family wants to be able to get closure and move on, and not have their this situation put out for public scrutiny any more than it has been already.
The victim's family also blasted Forrestal, questioning how she, as a mother herself of young boys, could do this to another mother's child. The victim's family also told the court they don't believe their son is the only victim.
Any case, I can't say in general, is that if we do find that there are potentially more victims, or in any case, we're going to prosecute.
Forrestal's attorney, Gabe Crocker, sent a statement to 5 on Your Side, which read, "This has been a difficult situation for all parties involved. The healing process for everyone may now begin," end quote. To read more of the victim's impact statement, look for Christine's story under the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com.
Cycling for cancer research. That's what a group of St. Louis bikers is doing right now. They're pedaling across state lines with the hopes of saving more lives. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay shows us what this journey means for one cyclist.
I needed to show myself and others that cancer is not going to win, and that, I've survived.
For Susan Glisson, there was a time where doing what she's doing now seemed impossible.
I could barely hold myself up on my bike, to now I'm able to ride 75 miles and hold myself up by myself.
As a 2-time breast cancer survivor, she's seen firsthand the impact research has on treatment.
I can only imagine how it's going to continue to change and be better and better and have more survivors than those that have lost their battle.
That's why Glisson is one of the many, biking from St. Louis to Indianapolis, cycling at least 80 miles a day after training for nearly 6 months.
We'll probably start crying when we roll off, and we'll cry when we end because it's over.
Coast to Coast for Cancer goes from Cannon Beach, Oregon, all the way to the Jersey Shore. Every single mile focused on raising money for groundbreaking cancer research.
That's absolutely essential for us to move the needle and ultimately bring more cures and save more lives.
The annual event is led by Bristol Myers Squibb in partnership with the V Foundation for Cancer Research. CEO Shane Jacobson says in total, riders will bike nearly 3,000 miles in 27 days with a goal to raise $1 million.
For them, though, as much as it is the ride, the physical side of this, inside, deep for them, it's driven by their why.
Whether their why is a spouse, parent, kid, friend, or even themselves, the cross-country journey is all about showing that cancer won't win.
You're still here.
In St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
One of the riders in the St. Louis group is actually going through chemotherapy treatment right now. We have information on how to donate on our website, KSDK.com, under the As Seen on TV section.
Coming up, what's left of Jamestown Mall is coming down. The massive amount of work that needs to be done and how long it's expected to take.
Plus, The Voice returns tonight with a new coach. The 2 locals hoping to make it past the auditions.
And your weather first forecast is looking potentially stormy, at least for a few of us heading towards Tuesday night, if that's the only chance of rain we'll see this week.